Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog.
I'm Wilfred Brimley for Loafing Dog. You know, when I get the hankering for a hot dog, I go to Cleveland, Texas. Just a couple blocks off the square, they got Loafing Dog. They got the Neely Dog, the Mary Sunshine Dog, the Casey Dog, and the Shirley Dog. Why, they even got the Pacer Dog, the Brooklyn Dog, and the Jim Dog. Can't forget the Shane Dog, or the Joy Dog, and the Monty Dog. I like that fool. Then the Kia Dog and the Braxton Dog round things off. Why, they even got a kids menu too.
Loafing Dog, 208 East Chambers Street, Cleveland, Texas. Lunch, catering, or takeout, plus outdoor seating. Phone number is 817-556-1040.
This is Wilford Brimley. And don't forget, Loafing Dog won't give you diabetes.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
What? All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is Positivity Toolbox time with your host, of course, Diana Roberts, life coach and entrepreneur and all the things. Today, I've got a very special guest with me today. We met in such an amazing way. You know, I meet people all the time. I don't meet a stranger, which is great. I love it.
Very true about you.
Right?
I like that about you.
Thank you. Thank you. And so I've got Katy Short with me here today. You want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I am Katy Short. I'm the creator of RX Queen Cosmetics. I've been doing it for, I guess, since 2011, but I just launched it last Wednesday. So
Nice. All
Yeah.
right. So you kind of started, it was kind of slow coming, right? You had to get your
Yes.
products together, had to
Yes.
figure out what products you were going to put out and, all of those things, right? I'm sure.
Yes.
So, and now you're ready to actually launch it. So you're creating clientele.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's awesome. That
I
is awesome.
actually the farmers market this weekend, at the Rabbit Hole. I will be in the farmers market there.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
called the Rabbit Hole Roundup.
Oh, all right. Well,
Mhm.
I need to go to that.
It's awesome. It's a great farmers market.
Okay.
The owner of Roadrunner, I think, is the boutique, and that's who is the person that runs it. She's great.
Nice. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm excited to have you on the show because we're going to talk about some really awesome things. So, of course, you came from corporate. You were working with facials, and so tell me a little bit more about where you started.
I started in makeup cosmetics when I was about 18, almost 15 years ago. And I just loved doing skincare. I loved how it worked. I loved how it operated. I loved, making people happy. And it was just probably my favorite thing that I ever did. And it feels so good to have somebody love their canvas and love their skin instead of being insecure. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah. And insecurity comes with, of course, aging. I know my grandmother, she was
Tickle
very
in my
much.
throat. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you're
My
good.
allergies are killing me right now.
I know. I've been taking an allergy pill every day. You are so good. No worries.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, skincare doesn't cover, allergies.
Right.
Well,
Exactly.
it could sometimes, I guess.
That's why so I've switched over from coffee to tea because I feel like that's been more helpful for me and my vocal cords, especially since I like to sing. So
I didn't know
but
that about you. Do
yeah,
you do karaoke?
I do on Thursdays.
Oh yeah, Lone Star? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I have a band too. We're called Dirty D's.
No, I knew that. Actually,
Yes.
yes, I did know
Okay.
that. Because not last time I saw you, but the time before last. And I was like, hey, I know her. That's my friend. And you were up there on the stage.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So yeah, we met at Lone Star because that is one of my favorite places to hang out. I need to tell them I gave them a shout out today.
Always.
Yes, yes. But yeah, so I think that so you started with wanting to take care of people's faces, wanting to make them feel happy, which is always a good positive. That's a good want.
Correct.
Right? You have your want, you have your reason behind it. So when working with corporate, what negativity got you into wanting to actually start something different?
Mainly I didn't want to feed a corporate pig anymore. I
Right.
just was like, I can make such better products for the person that doesn't need all these fillers and all these just all kinds of like antibacterial stuff is so prevalent in this day and age. And my main thing that I use in my products is honey. So
Yeah.
it's like an antibacterial thing.
Right.
You got to think about when they used stuff in the Roman ages, they used Greek yogurt and honey and all natural stuff like that. And that's
They
what I
sure did.
stripped it down to. And a lot of times there's caffeine in skincare.
Yeah. And you can't do caffeine.
Nope. I'm allergic to it.
Oh man, that's got a stake.
It's terrible. That's why I had some of that because this tickle in my throat is killing me.
Oh goodness, I wish I had something. All right, so hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get her something. Hold on.
Sorry, everybody.
Sometimes this might help. All right, there we go.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
It is making me sweaty.
Oh, it is warm in here. So I know a lot of times when I get too hot, I start breaking into a cough myself. So no worries. All right. So I'm really excited that you decided to do that because honestly, I mean, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with working with corporate if you enjoy that. If you enjoy that atmosphere and if you're, if that fulfills you and it serves you and you're excited to get up and go to work every morning and go, work for a corporate office, that's awesome. Keep doing that, However, if you feel like it's taking away from what you really want, your passion, which is what you had, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to change what you
miserable.
were putting on their face. You knew what was going on their face, right?
Yep.
And not that every place has that, but the place that you were working for had that, and maybe they can start purchasing some of your products because I know there's a lot more people that have a caffeine allergy. I've met others that have that same allergy.
It's rare, but it's a community. I
Right.
will tell you that. It's and the first time I ever realized I was allergic to caffeine, which I think it was something that came on later in my life because I was 19.
Yeah.
And I was coming home from Colorado and I drank my friend got me like a latte or something. It was like 5 a.m. We were so tired. We had to evacuate the plane because I broke out in hives. My lips swelled up, busted up.
No.
And I'm thinking in my head, like, I hope to God this is like from the whipped cream,
Yeah.
not the coffee. And sure enough, I was allergic to caffeine.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
That is nature's Botox is what they like to call it, because there's plumpers,
Right.
like in your eye creams and stuff like that. You could put, caffeine in it, makes it plump.
Oh, okay. So that's a lot of those eye serums then.
Mm-hmm.
So do you make an eye serum?
I'm in the process of one. Sometimes there's like, we're working with all natural ingredients. It's hard because a lot of the base of it is coconut oil, and I do not care for coconut oil because your skin does not absorb it correctly.
Right.
I like mango butter, but that consistency is a little sticky. So I'm working
yeah.
on that formula. It's hard. I'm like, how do these people do it? And now that I realize, I'm like, all these fillers in here. I mean, like
Yeah.
xanthan gum is like in food,
It
in drinks,
is.
in skin. It's in skincare.
And
I
it's
mean,
terrible for
crazy.
you, isn't it? Is it that's
Terrible.
supposed to be terrible for you,
Yes,
as far
it
as
is a
I
filler.
understand?
Mhm.
Yeah, no good. No good.
No, it is not. There's a
Mm.
lot of fillers and a lot of skincare that I just read the back of, and I'm like, once you stop using like an anti-aging product after 2 weeks, your face goes right back to what it was. That's
Right.
why I just don't like the anti-aging thing, and I don't like the fillers and all that good stuff.
What do you think of that one? Because okay, so I use this one, and guys, don't think I'm gross. If you're listening, I'm not gross. I promise. This is just
Everybody
something I was
has their
told.
own skincare regimen.
Yeah,
That's what people need to realize. They're like, I don't do 12 skincare steps. I'm like, then you don't need to.
yeah,
Like,
I do
that's not-
3.
Yeah.
I do the snail, the SN, the snail secret.
secretion?
Yes,
It's good stuff.
it is good stuff, and it's honestly helped my face like so much.
That's
I put it on my body too.
It's Korean skincare.
It's what?
It's Korean skincare.
Okay,
That's what that is.
I love it,
And it's amazing. I love that stuff.
and I use vitamin C. I start with my vitamin C, then I put my snail secretion on, and then I put my moisturizer on.
Do you ingest vitamin C, or do you just put it on your skin?
I put it on my skin.
How do you put it on? Do you press?
I just kind of like barely I just kind of rub it in.
Warm
But
it
not
up with
much.
your hands and then press.
Oh, I do.
It has more of a effect.
Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
do warm it in my hands first, and then I put it all over my face. So
This
I love
tickle
it.
in my throat is getting on my nerves.
girl, we can open. Maybe we need to open the door.
No, it's my allergies.
Okay.
That's
Well,
all
I
it
mean,
is.
it could be stuffy in here too. I don't know. Maybe
be.
we'll see. So,
No,
so, let's talk about some more about like when you went from corporate and you went into entrepreneur. Were you already like build like you said you didn't launch it yet, but you had already started getting some clientele. Is that right? Like you've already
So, it's funny that you say that, because I was actually in cosmetics for 12 years. And then I stopped being in cosmetics, and I was a VP of operations of a liquor promotional company.
Oh, okay, nice.
And it wasn't necessarily corporate, but we worked under corporate, laws and all that stuff. I mean, with TABC, it's so strict, so you cannot really, veer from the path. But I just got so tired of punching a clock, and I could not do it anymore. And I was like, you know what? I've been making my own skincare. I'm just going to try and launch that. I'm just going to do that. And then I've also been making the soybean candles
Oh, yes.
with all natural products as well. So that's been nice.
And they're really pretty too. I like the jars that you have them in,
They're
and
antique martini glasses.
oh wow.
So I always go to the antique malls, and I'll just buy out all the martini glasses, and I'll make my own mixture.
Oh, that is so cool.
Mhm.
Huh. I have some like whiskey glasses
That
that
would
I
be
might have to
awesome.
give you. Like I've got a crown one,
Mhm.
and I think that would be really cool to have as a candle, to be
Awesome.
honest.
You could really put a candle in anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say wine glasses though, because they're too thin. It will bust.
Yeah. It has
But
to be
like
a thick wine
thicker,
glass.
yeah,
Yeah.
a thicker one definitely would work.
Like a margarita glass, maybe. Or no,
Yeah.
those are kind of no, those are thicker.
I guess it depends.
I guess it's so.
So I'm like, because martini glasses can be thick, but wine glasses are never thick. Now that I think about it, they're always those thin glass
Yeah.
anywhere you go. But martini glasses can be thicker, like the ones at Chili's.
Right.
They're huge
Oh yeah.
and sturdy.
I have one.
I was like, those are the good ones.
Sorry, Chili's.
Hey, Chili's for life.
I know, right? I got
Chili's
Chili's for
girl.
life.
Yeah,
Yes,
I love
exactly.
Chili's.
I do too.
I'm not a chain food eater, but I do love Chili's. I
I
will
do
say
too.
that.
Yeah, I like it too. There's a couple places like the Rim, and
Mhm.
But anyway, squirrel.
Right. I'm like, well, food.
Food. So like, okay, so I think that's really cool that you transitioned and wanted to switch to that. So where is your mindset at in wanting to, continue this in a positive way? Because, in my field, what I do, within life coaching is I encourage those to
Correct.
stay positive, not to stress out, not to have anxiety about, the products that are being sold and things of that nature.
Well, what's even crazier is I would definitely say, going from such a structured environment and having such a structured job,
Yeah.
it is crazy staying at home all the time.
Yeah.
And just making your own products. So your brain kind of just either destroys you or you get on it and you destroy it. Does that
Right.
make sense?
Yeah.
Because depression can be very hard, especially if you're home alone all the time, doing your own thing. But to stay positive is just know that it's going to be better.
Yeah.
It's going to be, you don't have to, wait on your paychecks every day. You don't have to, have awful discussions when you get in trouble at work. You are your own boss.
Yeah.
If you're in trouble with yourself.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, figure it out from here.
I
But
like it. I like it. And so are there any things that you do to kind of get yourself out of the house? Like, do you take some time for yourself still though within making, and that's
Yeah.
positive.
Oh yeah.
That's
Going
positive.
on walks, I definitely am such a pro walk person just because it does clear your mind.
Yeah.
And it is amazing because if you're stuck in the house, I live by myself. I have for a long time. And sometimes I get so stagnant. I'm like, I don't want to cook. I don't want to work out. I don't want to do yoga. I don't like TV even. I listen to like old school rock all the time.
I love
That's what I
it.
have my TV on for. I'm like, I listen to 90s music videos for this thing. That's about it. But
That's what we cover. Hey.
right. But it is hard to keep a positive mindset. I will
Right.
say that because I've definitely been through some spills myself, but I was able to pull myself out. And, journaling is another
Yes.
really good thing, like having a joy journal. Your gratitude every day. You write an affirmation every morning.
Absolutely.
Write at least 3 to-do list things, whether it be vacuum, brush your animals, or, do the dishes.
Yeah.
Just have those checklists and it still makes you feel a little bit organized, a little bit more stable. And it helps. I'll say that.
It does. I will have to admit, a checklist is like where I'm at right now in my business because it does. I'm so squirrel and I get very distracted. So
me
you
too.
have to find those tools. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
You have to find those tools that are necessary for you, that work for you, that are going to help you just continue to produce and do the things that you need to get accomplished.
Right.
Because once we accomplish something, that's a positive in itself. That's uplifting. That gets you like even more pumped. Like, okay, I fixed this. I did this. I
You
got
do
this
feel
done.
accomplished. That's correct.
Yeah.
You know what? So, what would you say to the person that cannot get themselves out of that slump? Because I feel like I've been there before
Yeah.
and I was able to pull myself out. But what about the people that aren't able to do that?
I would-
How do we like encourage those people and make it known like, hey, this isn't just you that's feeling that way. It's
Right.
everybody. And we discussed that before.
I
So-
think it's not segregating yourself or like secluding yourself, like,
Okay.
isolating yourself and you need to really reach out to somebody.
Okay.
You need to find somebody that in an outlet that you can talk to that's going to bring you into a more positive, healthy mindset. You just got to step outside the house sometimes because
Yes.
depression, what it will do is it will keep you.
It'll keep you in bed.
It will keep you in bed. You won't want to
Recluse.
get up in the morning.
Mhm.
You'll recluse. You'll isolate. And those are the things that you need to break away from. And I know it seems really hard, but nothing is hard and you are limitless.
Mhm.
There is nothing that you cannot do.
I think you said the key words though. You are not alone.
You're not alone.
You're just not.
No.
And it's some people it's crazy because you can see it on some people's face, like how, much they need help. And sometimes, you just reach out and, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you.
And sometimes you do have to let, like the other day, sometimes you have to let somebody feel their feelings. If they're not
Yes.
ready to open up and talk, you can get that vibe from someone. Now, if somebody is, but they're responding
Sometimes
like
people
they're
can't
not.
read the room. That's unfortunate because I
Right.
feel like some people are a little dull in that area these days.
Yeah.
Because if I'm like standoffish, people will still talk to me and I'm like, do you not see that I don't want to talk to you?
Right, yeah.
Then I'm like, all right, I'll talk to you because I like talking to anybody.
Yes.
But I mean, it makes me sad sometimes when I do see people like that because, like you're very vocal and you're very, nice. And so you reach out, you're like, how's your day? How are you doing? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's really encouraging though.
I think so.
Wish more
And that's
people
what I
were like
try.
that.
Yeah, that's what I try to I try to put out my positive energy.
Right.
So, if somebody did come to me and they wanted to really get out of that funk, those would be some of the things I'd be like, you need to get back to some things that make you happy. You need to get back to your happy thoughts and be grateful.
Right.
Talk about your gratefuls. Yes,
Right.
things might not be going your way right now. Maybe
It's temporary.
it's temporary. Exactly.
You have to remember that. I have to
Everything's
write
temporary.
that down. I write that down at least 3 times a week.
Yes.
Everything is temporary.
Yep.
You've got to push forward. That's the main mindset you got to keep.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And that is like the biggest tool right there is just knowing that, look, this is temporary.
Mhm.
I'm going to get through this. I'm strong.
Yep.
I am strong. There is nothing I cannot do. And that's the mindset that you have to get back to. And you may not believe it at first, but the more you say it and the more you say it to
Speak it into
yourself, you're
existence.
speaking it into existence. And now
Yes,
you're
firm
trying,
believer.
now you're manifesting that into your mindset as well. And you're projecting it out too,
Right.
which is going to start bringing some
Because you're
of the
putting
good
out
things.
what you get, what you're giving. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, it's all about, I agree with that, the positivityness and just, it's, even when people are just ugly, I'm just like, you know what? I hope you have a good day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't have my ugly, it's not like I don't have ugly days, but at the same time, it's like, I'd rather be more positive and encouraging just because for the simple fact of people are so dull these days and
Yeah.
they're so rude and ruthless. And I'm like, that hurts my feelings. And I'm mean. I'm rude, but I'm like, hey, I can't do this like petty stuff.
All right.
It's not for me. So more positivity would be an awesome key for the whole world to experience, I would say.
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons why I started the show. I
Yeah.
started the show because I really want others. I want people that are listening, people may not have listened and now they're listening. I want them to really hear that there is a light at the end of the tunnel.
I knew you were going to say that.
You did?
I saw
love
that in your
it.
face. I was like, she's going to say a light at the end of the tunnel.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
There is.
And, there's no reason to be angry, frustrated, stressed, anxiety. It's okay to feel those.
Yeah, that's the trauma that you
Right.
go through. I mean,
Yeah.
but like we're talking about, you have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because if you keep it bottled up, it's just, you're going to go nuts. And then
Right.
you're going to have triggers and people aren't going to understand you. I
Yeah.
went through that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was grumpy and rude all the time. My friends were like, why are you being such a turd all the time? I was like, because I hate my life.
Oh.
And that's kind of when I left that company.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a terrible, terrible breakup, but all of that made me grow.
Yeah.
And it made me push so much harder. And I wish for everyone to experience that. I mean, maybe not the heartbreak and the bad job and stuff
But sometimes
like
that's
that.
what it takes.
Right.
Life has its ups and downs. It has its
does.
ups and downs. It has its challenges.
Yep.
We have to embrace that. We have
Mhm.
to understand that, hey, you know what? It wasn't a failure. It was a learning experience.
Yes.
All of that was a learning experience to get you to who you are right now.
Mhm.
We go through these things to be the person that we're supposed to be, our best self. Our best self is there.
What is that saying? You grow through what you go through.
Absolutely.
You do.
Yes.
I love that saying. I saw that not that long ago and I was like, that is a really good saying. That's another one I write down a lot.
And I love what you said about Target, or not Target, but oh gosh, you said it, and now I can't remember the word.
Give me context clues.
Triggers.
Yes,
Triggers.
Target.
Because
That is a Target,
triggers,
though.
yeah, it is basically a target, but your triggers, if you're aware of your triggers, you cannot have those be your triggers anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what? I have experienced that. That's why I was like, well, sometimes you just got to let stuff go sometimes.
Yeah.
You just got to let things go.
Yeah.
That's all.
Sometimes it's not worth
Mm-mm.
like
Your
stressing
sanity.
over or your insanity.
Your dignity, your sanity, anything.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not worth it.
Exactly. I completely agree.
I agree with that too.
So I love it. I love it. So you definitely have got some good things that are happening, even though, again, like what we were saying, even though like there was a storm,
Mhm.
right? That storm hit, but you came out of it. You brought yourself out of it. So I applaud you for that because that is not always the easiest thing to do. It's not. And there are a lot that are still struggling to get out of that.
I know. And I just, sometimes that's what I'm saying. When you see people and you can look into their eyes and you can see sadness behind their eyes and they're like, I'm happy. I'm having a good day. And I'm like, you're not. And you can tell me that because I'm a nice person and I'll tell you, some tips and some keys to feel better about yourself because like we're going back to the checklist. We're
Right.
going back to speaking positivity. We're going back to doing what makes you happy. And those things are so big and such a key to your whole life. Because if you don't, you kind of get stagnant.
Yeah.
And then you just sit there.
Yeah.
And then you got to take like 3 baths a day so you don't feel so anxiety ridden and uncomfortable.
Right.
It's like a comfort blanket. That's what I used to do. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
So mhm.
And I think that that is true. There is something that somebody uses in that time frame to try to relieve a lot of that.
Yep.
And it only relieves it for the moment because you're still in that headspace.
Mhm.
So getting out of that headspace is like the number one key.
Yes.
And finding the outlets to get out of that headspace is going to be essential.
Right.
That's where you're going to be able to really, function again in a more positive light. And then again, what you were saying with being around those that are, they're feeling a certain way. So a lot of times when I see that and I present myself to them, I'm feeding them
Yes.
my energy.
You did that to me.
Yes.
And I had a really good time.
And you can do that too.
I was like, hello, friend.
Yes,
We're going to be
hello.
friends forever.
I agree.
I was like, wait a
I
second.
love it.
I like you.
I know I liked you too. I was like, I like this girl. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
I
She's
know.
fun.
I have, it's funny that we're talking about all this too, is something that I struggle with extremely bad is social anxiety.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't guess that about me because they're like, oh, you're a social butterfly. I'm like, well, you get me in front of a crowd and I'm like, hello, I don't even know my name. I get so nervous. I'm like, I'm more of like a behind the scenes type of gal. So that's why I kind of like making my own skincare. People are like, oh, you don't want to be the face of your own skincare? I'm like, absolutely not. I want my friends to do trial and error so I can post pictures of them, not me. I'm like, I don't want to post myself on there. But it's just, that is one thing that I think still that I kind of struggle with. And so I can see it on other people too. When you go out, that's why I like to go out by myself. I try to push myself to those limits and I'll go out and I'll just encounter, all different types of things. Burleson's finest out here. We have all kinds of bars to offer.
Yeah, we do.
Especially in little Burleson, the old town.
Yes.
It has gotten so big.
It has.
I'm like, what? There's a Razzies going over there?
I know. Isn't that crazy?
It's like, what?
I'm excited for the Torchy's tacos though, to be honest.
Oh, that's
so
off
excited.
of
HEB. It's right.
174.
Yeah, it's right next to
Yes.
HEB.
I live like right behind that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, so you're gonna be
Kinda
there.
close.
Yeah.
I know. I was
Love
like,
it.
maybe I'm not gonna be a regular at Lone Star anymore. I was like, no, that's not true. I'll probably still be there.
I know,
was
right?
like,
I always tell myself I'm gonna go somewhere new today. Nope.
it's boring. I'm like, no one wants to talk to me at these other places.
Right. I agree. But they do. It's just a matter of
Different engagements.
Yeah, exactly.
Different environments.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
would definitely say that. Like you can't go to Applebee's and then go to Lone Star.
Yeah.
2 different environments.
Yeah. It
Family
really is.
bar or like a nice country hometown bar.
Unless you go to Cleburne. If you go to Cleburne Applebee's.
You smoke cigarettes in there.
I
still.
know. It's
I'm
terrible.
like, what are you doing lighting that up in here? I'm trying to eat my cheeseburger. I was like, whoa.
No.
And the lady was like, you can smoke in here still. And I smoke. So I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that. I was like, that's perfect. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah, see, I can't. For me, it's a little bit hard. I used to smoke and I quit. So like,
Good for you.
I know.
What are some tips that you could give me? Because I do not want to smoke anymore.
You just have to be ready, honestly. Like, so I went to the vaping. Yeah, I went to the vaping and then I vaped for a couple of years. And then, I'm definitely, you can tell I was a vapor because I said vape. Right. But I was doing that too much too. And, it was just like, I realized how much money I was spending on
e-cigs.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like, what else are they called?
Yeah.
Okay.
E-cigs. And I just got done with it. Like I was like, I realized how much money I was spending on it.
Your hair smells like crap all the time.
Cigarettes, yes, for sure.
Your car.
Yeah.
Your house, if you smoke in your house, which I don't condone, but I do on occasion.
And I will tell you this, I stopped smoking in my car. That helped a little bit too. So that's what started it. I stopped smoking cigarettes in my car. And then I went to vaping shortly after because I was like, okay.
Well, it's trading one nicotine for another.
Which was not good.
Do you still vape?
I do not.
No, good for you. How long have you not been vaping?
It's been at least 4 years.
4 years,
maybe 5 now.
I probably spent $10,000 on packed cigarettes in 4 or 5 years.
And see, that's what I'm saying. That money, I was seeing that money just like dwindle, and I was like, you know what? Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Why am I still spending the money on all this? Because they, those tanks and stuff, they were expensive. The tanks would leak or break, and then I would get frustrated. I would drop it and break it, and then I'd have to go get that.
One of those
the coils,
like crazy, annoying people who would just fill a whole room with like a puff.
There were times, yes, but not all the time.
I can't imagine you doing that.
I know, I was. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. My husband still does the little space things. Like he has not quit completely, but he's still on those space bars.
Isn't there like Elf Bar or something like that? There's those. And then, God, there's so many brands nowadays.
A lot of people go to the space bars. They work the best, it seems.
You can get it in the gas station. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I guess that's logical because cigarettes are sold in the gas station. So I guess that's pretty generic, but.
It is. But yeah, I think that's how I quit. I just, I changed my mindset. And it kind of reminded me a little bit when I read that Atomic Habits book. Have you read that one yet?
I have not.
Okay, that one's really good. Atomic Habits gives you like a lot of great tools to stop bad habits and switch them to good habits.
Okay.
which is
What is it called
awesome.
again?
Atomic Habits. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to send me
I
that
will.
link.
It's a really good
Atomic
one.
Habits.
It's a really good one. I need to read it again actually because I have
I feel like
acquired
that's in
some.
my Amazon cart because I've got a bunch of positivity books in my Amazon cart.
It's in there. I guarantee you. I have it on my
Probably.
Audible.
There's another good one that I actually read, and it made so much sense to me because I have short-term memory loss really bad.
Right.
It's trauma, and
Yeah.
I did not know that until I read a book called The Body Keeps Score. The Body Keeps the Score. I can't remember if that's what it's called.
Oh, I
or
might
not.
need to read that one too. That
It
sounds
is
really good.
an amazing book.
Okay.
There's like tics and stuff that you learn about yourself that you did not know from like anxiety or trauma or stuff like that.
We're going to have to go on a quick break, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back very shortly. Don't go anywhere.
At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logoed designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and would be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
All right. We are back. Thank you for staying tuned for Positivity Toolbox with your host, Diana Roberts. And I've got Katy Short with me here. Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 24/7 on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoco.com is the place to find all the ways to listen and watch. And the station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store. Check out our lineup and more at JocoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-839-4245. That's 844-839-4245. Also, be sure to dress your arms and more with the at thetiffy.com. And those are so cute. They're like little sleeves. They've got lace and
Cute.
yeah, so cute. Yes.
Do you know the creator of that?
It's Tiffany. She's
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool, Tiffany.
yeah, I know, right? All right. So it looks like we got some chats. I got hello, ladies. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for listening. Good vibes. I love that. We, always good vibes. What's the website or social pages? Yes, I am going to post her website and social, or no, we are getting a website together. That's right. We are getting a website together. And
I just started an Instagram. So I was off Facebook for about 10 years, and social media just wasn't for me. And I stayed off Instagram for about a year.
Yeah.
But I just created an Instagram page. I need to create a website, obviously.
Yes.
I need to create a Facebook. I'm just not good with social media, so I need somebody to actually help me with that.
Yeah.
So if you could, that'd be awesome.
We're gonna get some stuff in the works. I'm excited to help. And then Tiffany, oh, you love dining alone. I know you do. She likes to take her laptop and get some work done.
Yeah. It's kind of
Enjoy.
easier too. That way you can just Irish goodbye people.
Yeah.
You know, you're like having a good time. And you're like, I'm going to go. I don't have to round anybody up. Bye. So that's probably my favorite part about it anyway.
I like it.
Yep.
You know, I'm more of a I need to be around people. I that's me though. Like it would be a very challenging, I feel, for me to go. I have done it before. I've gone somewhere and, you know, just brought my laptop and got some work done. But typically I like to be around other people. Okay, so no vaping, it's worse than smoking. I understand. I agree with you on that. So I'm reading some of the comments that we've got here. Okay, dumb down your pack 6 cigs at a time until you have 1 cig left. It takes 7 days for nicotine to be out of your system. The rest of the addiction is habit. Replace it with a rubber band or whatever works for you. Yes, and Atomic Habits, he actually talks about that too.
Okay.
So you absolutely can start, and that's what I started when I started smoking. Stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped smoking as many.
Oh, the addiction.
It is, and it's so finding a habit like a rubber band. You know, just whenever you want
it's the
one.
hand mouth thing too. I feel like that's a big. I mean, you know, you get so accustomed to that and so used to that. And so you touch your face all the time. And it's like, okay, where are my cigarettes? And then I'm like, oh, my hands smell, my clothes smell, everything smells. And everybody's always like, you smoke cigarettes? I'm like, I know. I hate it. I'm like ashamed of it.
Well, I mean, this is the time. This is a new year, a new you. So
Very true. Very true.
could, you know, really start putting better habits in place of that. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. So then nothing changes if nothing changes. That's absolutely correct. Yes, the body keeps the score. Diana, I have it. All right, cool. I love it.
It's a really, really, really good book.
I'm excited. I know. I'm excited to read this.
It's intense.
It seems intense.
It will make you realize a lot of things about yourself, and not a negative way.
Right.
It just things made sense to me while I was like, why do I not remember certain things, or why do I not do certain things like I used to? It's because trauma has caused my body to remember that, and so it just automatically shuts off. And I never knew that. I was like, am I dumb? Am I just absent-minded? I'm like, wait a second. And my friends are like, I was with you yesterday. And I'm like, that was last week. And they're like, no, it was yesterday. And I'm like, you traumatized me yesterday. What'd you do?
What'd you do?
It's a joke between my friends and I now, because they're like, your memory
hilarious.
kills me. I'm like, I know, it's terrible. But it's that book is really good, but it's a really good outlook on things and how to, like, you know, deal with your trauma, and like the journaling that we talked about. That's a really good thing to do too, because it'll definitely, going back, looking, I did this the other day in my diary, I guess you could say, because like I said, journaling.
Yeah.
I looked from a year ago, this time about last year. I was depressed bad. And that's pretty much kind of when I was on the outs with my job. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm depressed. I'm super sad. You know, it was a good paying company. It was, you know, all that good stuff. But just up here, wasn't working for me.
Right.
So I had to change my entire life. And it's been good lately.
That's good.
I've been able to keep myself on the right path, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Don't judge me for smoking cigarettes still.
No,
no
judgment. No judgment.
I'm getting there. I'll get there.
We all have our things that we do, you know.
Very true.
You know, we all have our little things, like
Itches.
So. Yeah, little itches that we have to.
Habits, I guess.
Yes,
you could say.
habits.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes.
So for me, I have been wanting to read more. However, when my husband gets home and we're both home, we turn the TV on.
I hate TV.
I know.
Crazy?
I
just can't do it.
I want to hate TV now. Like, I mean, it's like that is one of my habits, that Atomic Habits I've been trying to, you know, so anytime. So what he says is to put a note on the remote saying, cannot turn me on until this time.
What if you turned it on and put it on lo-fi music? Have you listened to lo-fi?
I do on my phone. And I do Calm. I do like the Calm app
Yes.
because I like to listen to like focus music that actually helps
That's
me
what lo-fi
focus.
is. It's like
Okay.
studying music
Yes.
or focusing or positivity music. They
Yes.
have all kinds of different categories for it. But instead, maybe like in turning the TV on, since it's such a habit, put it on music
Yeah.
instead of the TV.
I
That
think
way you
that'd be
can
good.
be positively distracted, maybe listen to the music and go do the dishes. That always motivates me and helps me when I do it. So
Yeah, that's a really good valid point.
either that or I listen to Limp Bizkit a lot.
I love Limp Bizkit.
Like, I'm
He's
about to
good.
get today done. Yeah, but yeah.
See, I'm more of an Ice Nine Kills.
Oh,
I love them.
what a good name drop there. I'm a
They're so good.
giant metalhead. I
Yeah.
love all rock and roll.
I do too. Same.
That's the main motive and the main thing that makes me drive every day.
Yeah.
You know, but it also goes hand in hand with smoking.
Yeah.
Smoking, listening to rock and roll, having a beer, kind of all goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
But
I get it. I
Mhm.
get it. Me, it's I can't do the beer thing. Ugh.
What do you drink again?
I drink. It's called Brittany Bitch.
Oh God, that's right. You said that yesterday, and I looked at you. I said, "What?"
So it's peach vodka and water and a sweet and low.
That is a hangover in a glass.
It's not for me. See, for beer for me, like it makes me feel bloated, disgusting. Ugh.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
I think your body just kind of gets used to it, but I'm a beer drinker, so
Yeah.
I'm just so used to that bloated, heavy feeling.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, it goes away. I'm like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. I'll do vodka water.
Yeah.
I usually don't like mixers. It's too sweet.
Yeah, and that's
It makes your skin break out too. I don't know if you knew that.
well,
Sugar.
that's probably why I've been breaking because I used to do
You don't have any breakouts.
a little down here. You can't
Covered
see it.
it
I
up
got great
good.
makeup.
Yeah, you do. What do you use?
I use the spray foundation. I do.
What do you order it off from?
The airbrush, Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah. I order
Amazon.
from Amazon.
Amazon's taking over the world.
It really is. Which I have an idea for you on that, and we'll talk about that later. But
As a third-party seller on there.
yeah.
I was thinking about that. You know how pissed off I've been on third-party sellers on there though?
Why?
Just because a lot of scams,
Oh.
on Amazon, just like every other company, or not every other company, but every other platform, it could just, how it goes.
Oh, really?
You could get your high top socks or not. You order them, but you don't know if they're going to come.
Oh, goodness.
You've never done that before?
No, I've never actually had that. Like, well, my headphones, like they said that they lost my headphones. Well, then I ended up getting 2 packages of them.
If you report it that way, yeah, because then they'll put out another ticket, like
Yeah.
another order, and they're like, oh, they didn't get that. And that's happened to me before too. Or, well, I'm bitter about that because I ordered a pair of like knee-high socks. This is like a year ago from a third-party seller on Amazon. I was like, oh, these are so cute. They had smiley faces on them and stuff. I never got those socks. So I messaged that person and I was like, hey, I never got my socks. Never heard a word. They just took my $20.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I was like, you got to be careful of those third-party sellers.
Well, you can't go to Amazon and get that corrected with Amazon. That's how you
I
got
didn't know
to
that.
you got to report it to Amazon. Like this person never sent me my
See,
socks.
technology is just not for me. I'm like, well, I'm not getting my socks. They're not coming today. So I'll just call it a loss. Easy as that.
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. You don't do
Mm-mm.
that. But yeah, so okay, let's go back to so I'm really curious. Like, so now your mindset is okay, I'm gonna launch it. Here's all the things that I need to do in order to launch it. So you've probably got your list together
Mhm.
of all of the things and tasks that you want to get accomplished before. Do you have a certain date that you're going to be getting them accomplished by?
It's funny that you say that because there's quite a few products that I have in mind. I'm not trying to rush anything, so I do have deadlines. I would definitely like to have my stuff out before, maybe Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to push it too hard and then come out with a product that's crappy because that happens a lot.
Right.
So I'm definitely trying to perfect my things and definitely taking my time because it is hard. It is so hard, especially with natural skincare.
Oh,
Because I
yeah.
get all my stuff locally.
Right.
I either home grow it myself or I get it from somebody at a farmer's market or somebody I met at a meat market. I know this guy that sells honey now, has a honey farm.
Oh,
And I
nice.
was like, this is perfect because that's the base of my skincare. It's
Right.
honey.
Which is great.
Yes.
Honey, I think is a really good. It's good for all things. That's why we need to make sure that we're definitely taking care of our
put it on
bees.
your skin. I mean,
Yes.
it's crazy how good.
I drank some just now.
Yes. Is that Manuka honey?
It was. Yes. I
Yes.
put a little Manuka honey in there. I needed it this morning for
Yeah.
some reason. I don't know if it's this weekend. Like I've still been having that scratchy voice.
Yes, me too.
And I'm like ready to have it over already. I'm like, why is it still there? You
Mhm.
know, because I'd like to be able to sing again 100%.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
I'm
I've
the
been
world's
drinking a lot
worst
of tea.
singer. I'm a terrible singer.
I bet not everybody's. I feel like
Girl.
everybody can sing. You just have to learn. Like
Even
everything
my
is.
friends are like, "Shut the hell up!" in the car. They're like, "Please do not sing. You sound like a dying cat." when
I
you
love
sing."
it.
And I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I
No,
do
you're
sound
good.
terrible."
I love it. I love it. That's
Not a
so
good
funny.
singer.
That's so funny.
What songs do you usually sing?
So I sing the Cranberries. I sing Zombie,
Yes. You
and
should do Fleetwood.
so I like Fleetwood, but they're a little bit past the time frame that we're trying to stick with. I do Black Velvet.
Okay, Atlanta Miles.
Yes, yes,
Atlanta Miles. Yes.
and Nirvana,
Okay. I
and
think that's what I saw you sing, and I was like, "Whoa,
yeah,
that was mind blowing."
right. I like to sing a
I
lot
had
of
quite
guy
a few
songs.
beers, but I was like, "This is awesome." I was like, "That's my friend." Like I said,
That's I love it that you're
Yeah.
like that's good.
Mhm.
Because I don't know, like I like singing a lot of the guys' songs just because I like putting a woman twist on it. A lot of times you
I like
don't
that idea.
hear. Yeah, a lot of times you don't hear that. You know, you hear guys sing those songs, and because in 1990s and 2000 there wasn't a whole lot of female
Well, you got like
singers.
Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
You got like Sarah McLachlan.
Right.
That's about it.
Right, Alanis
Natalie
Morissette, or
Imbruglia.
did we say that?
No,
Oh, Alanis Morissette.
Man, you know it's crazy. I love Sarah McLachlan. I still listen to her to this day.
Yeah, she's
Natalie
awesome.
Merchant.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
her? She was
yes,
amazing.
she was
I loved
amazing.
her too. She's still
I agree.
good, but yeah.
And
There wasn't
music's a
too
great
many.
positive outlook,
Yes.
or out not outlook, but
Outlet.
outlet. Yes, thank you.
I try to listen to music at least twice a day. I have these really funny times in the morning for myself because especially if I get up and I'm in a funk,
Yeah,
which happens 4 times a week, and I'm like, I'm not getting out of this bed, and I'm like, get your ass out of this bed, and I'll put on 80s music like
Oh,
The
yeah.
Cure or Duran
Yes.
Duran or Depeche Mode, and have like a little dance party. Changes your whole mindset for the day,
It really does.
even if it's 10 minutes, 2 songs
Yep.
before you got to get out the door, or listen to music while you're getting ready.
Yeah.
Helps a whole lot.
Oh yeah, I agree with that too. It
Mhm.
definitely gets you in a more, you know, especially when you're listening to music that you love, you know, that
Yes.
really inspires you, or
Yes.
and even if it's heavy metal, like I mean, heavy metal inspires me. It
That's all I
inspires me to
listen to is
like,
heavy
yeah,
metal most of the time.
it,
I love heavy
it gets
metal.
me like pumped, you know, like
Mhm.
oh yeah, let's go, let's seize the day.
Yeah,
Hey,
seriously. You're like, I'm about to kick today's ass.
exactly,
Yes,
exactly,
yes. That's how I feel.
exactly. I love it. I love it. And then, well, for me, my Calm app is what helps me, and like doing my meditation. That's like one of the first things that I want to do.
Calm app.
Yeah.
You said that earlier. So it's an app that you just get on, and it's just.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of amazing things. It's got sleep music. I put
I have a positivity app as well, but mine just it shows. I put it as like a widget on the back of mine,
yeah,
and today it says, "I am safe and supported, rooted from my present moments." That's pretty good.
that is pretty
But
good.
it's on the little background of your screen. Is this not the same app as you're talking about, right?
No, it's called Calm. So it
Oh, this is self-love.
yeah, so
It says it right here. Not a technical person telling y'all.
That's okay. This is Calm, and it's got music. It's got guided meditation. It's got stuff for kids, which I love. It's got wisdom, dailies, music, sleep, meditation.
Okay.
So it's got all of those, and I
It's
pay
kinda
for
like a
it.
tracking to-do list then, huh?
Yeah, pretty
For
much. So
your positivity
absolutely.
mindset.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it tells me, and then it also tracks how I'm feeling. So it asks me before I go into my daily, you know, like I do daily Jay. Jay
Okay.
Shetty is one of my favorites.
Okay.
And I go in, I listen to it, and it asks me, hey, so what are you feeling today? You
Okay.
know, are you feeling calm, sad, anxiety,
It's important to
stress?
talk about that stuff too.
Yeah.
Because if you don't narrow down your feelings and your emotions and you can't express them, you're just gonna bottle all of it up.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna feel like crap.
Yeah. Or
And then
explode.
Yes.
Or explode.
Explode and then probably go to sleep for like 2 weeks and
Yeah.
hibernate because you feel bad about exploding. And it's
Right.
like a double-edged sword because I have done that. Like
Yeah.
I said, I've been so crabby to people and I'm like, what is wrong? So I really had to find that within myself to calm down,
Yeah.
stop, analyzing things and thinking that I need to live up to a certain expectation because a lot of people face that too. That's why I hate social media
Right.
because people post stuff on there and it's like, you're not living that lifestyle. I
No.
saw you yesterday and you were crying all day. And now you're on social media like, I'm eating pancakes at Waffle House. I'm so happy, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, voice how you feel.
Right.
You don't have to be on social media and act like a superhero all the time. It's just sad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do think like for me, social media, I like to post a lot of positive stuff.
That is a good thing.
Right.
Yes.
I don't really want to post a whole lot of negativity. And I do feel like it doesn't need to be, I mean, if you really want to reach out to somebody and you really want to share what's going on, social media is not the place to put it.
People struggle with that.
They do. And I just feel like you're really opening up a can of worms because you're opening up people
Drama
to,
those comments.
Yeah.
And it's like, when people put stuff like that out there, I'm like, how does that not hurt your own feelings more than anybody else's? When people bash each other on social media, like these trolls,
right.
I could never live with telling somebody that they're fat or ugly or disgusting. I'm
No,
like,
it's
everybody is
terrible.
beautiful in their own way. And for
Yes.
somebody else, like a troll, to say something negative about somebody,
Right.
it blows my mind sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I would have to agree. I want that's why I put a lot of positivity out there, because I want people to see that, look, you can be on social media and be positive and have positive things to say. People need more positive in the world than they need negative.
yes.
And that's what we need. And that's what we need to promote out there. That's what we need to put out there. And, the politics and stuff like that.
A lot of people thrive off the negativity.
They do. And
I'm like, does it not give you anxiety? Are you not like so tense and grinding the back of your molars off from like anxiety?
yes, yes.
I cannot handle that.
No, same. I can't, I don't want to be around that, and so you have to surround yourself with like-minded people.
Right.
So if you are thriving on that, you need to realize, why are you thriving on that? What's causing that to entertain you, and maybe instead of letting that entertain you, maybe reach out to that person and see if there's something you can do to help them.
I was going to ask you that question. Like, what would be your advice as far as like, if you have a best friend and you've had one for 10 years and you don't know how to heal them or heal the relationship that you have because it's just gotten so, what would be the word? Like
toxic?
Yes. Toxic.
Okay.
Like, how would you go about telling somebody that without being like, hey, our friendship just isn't working out anymore. I don't want to be your friend, because it's going to be grieving a whole loss. So that's another double-edged sword.
Right.
So how do you explain to somebody that they're toxic without saying they're toxic?
Well, and you have to approach it with some sensitivity, because you don't know what they're going through.
Correct.
So
that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Right. You don't know what really is going on in their mind that's causing them to be so toxic.
Mhm.
Okay. So I would confront my friend and say, hey, it's been really hard to be around you. And I got to be honest with you, because you're my friend. And this is where I feel like friendships lack. They lack in communication. All relationships,
Yes.
I feel like we lack in communication. We feel like we can't say something to somebody because we don't want to hurt their feelings. Now, we don't want to hurt
Or
their
they say
feelings.
something ugly that hurts both of our feelings.
Well, then
I-
that just means that it wasn't meant to be. It
Yeah.
wasn't meant to be a friendship. They're not ready for that kind of commitment in a friendship or in a relationship.
So you just withdraw yourself.
You have to withdraw yourself, because a lot of times if you're around that toxicity, you're now involved. Now it's
joining in on the toxicity.
Now
Yeah.
it's putting it all on you.
Yeah.
Right. So that's not helping you. That's not helping you grow. That's not helping you live your best life.
Right.
And again, that's why I say you have to be around people that are like-minded.
Yes.
The more people you surround yourself that are like-minded, that want the same, have the same, some of the
Energy.
similar energy, some of the same
Mhm.
ambitions, goals. Now, it doesn't have to be all the same. We're all different. We're all
Right.
unique.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody is the
That's what
same
makes us
person.
special. But that's
Absolutely.
that's how conversations start.
Yeah.
Different topics, different points of views. But another thing we struggle is so many people are so judgmental, and it's like, hey, if you believe in Allah and you believe in God, I still want to eat at the same table as y'all.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Right.
It doesn't bother me. But a lot of people don't understand that. So, and I wish they did.
Well, and it may not be understanding it. It may just be, so this is my insight on that. We've been taught wrong for so many years.
Okay.
We've had this training, right? That, and we need a reboot. And so sometimes we need somebody to say something to help us reboot. Like, hey, why'd you say that? That's kind of judgy.
Yeah.
And
then people,
why are you being a little
what?
judgy?
It's funny that you say
who
that.
cares?
Because people say things and they don't even acknowledge what they're saying. I
Right.
think
They don't.
And it sucks sometimes because people are so negative, they don't realize what's coming out of their mouth.
No, they don't.
And then it's just like you said, like, hey, that was negative. And they're like, I didn't even realize that I was being like that.
Right.
I'm like,
They don't.
I've been that person before. I've
Yeah.
definitely been that person before.
And
I would
it-
definitely say I've been toxic quite a few times in my life.
So once you became aware of it, though, you changed it.
I did. Lots
See?
of crying.
Yeah.
Lots of bath time.
Yeah, but that's okay. Like you
Yes.
had to see it, you had to realize it, you had to
Mhm.
be aware of it. And that's what I'm saying. Oh, being aware of who you are, being aware of the
Self-awareness.
vocabulary that's coming out of your
Yes.
mouth, being
You
aware
did
of
say
the
that
people that you're
yesterday.
around, right?
Yes.
Yes. That is what can cause that change, can cause a different reaction,
Yeah.
right? So with every oh gosh, now I can't remember how it goes. All right, we'll come back to that.
Squirrel.
I know, squirrel. But no, every event. Okay, here we go. Every event has that reaction is what
Cause.
causes the outcome.
Right.
Okay. So if we
Cause and effect, I
realize
guess.
it's cause and effect.
Yeah.
So if you realize what event you're at, and what events you're surrounding yourself with, and what reaction how you're reacting to it, that's what's going to create your outcome.
Right. I also think it draws back to the habits too. You have to like
Absolutely.
once a week there needs to be something you look forward to. And it took me so long to get through that because I used to just sit at home, do nothing. And I mean, I would go out sometimes, like I said, by myself, and that just wasn't enough. I just didn't feel like I had a purpose. I felt kind of worthless at that time. So
Right.
that's kind of when I was starting to be toxic to other people because I was projecting.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that. And I was like, wow, you got to stop being so stubborn. You got to let people in.
Yeah.
You got to start talking about how you feel. You can't just bottle it all up inside.
No.
And then the positivity starts coming out. Then you get your gratitude journal going and you're like, I don't know why I ever was ugly. And it's like, wow. Like, that's what I'm saying. Looking back on a year ago from how I felt a year ago
Right.
is so manic and so depressed and so sad.
Right.
And then fast forward to now when I'm writing things like at the very beginning, it's like, I am beautiful. I am grateful. I'm thankful for today. Instead of like, couldn't get out of bed today, super sad, got to go work my corporate job, So it's a different mindset. And like
It
you
is.
said, some people do like a corporate job, and that's okay too.
Right.
I mean, it's all okay.
Yeah.
As long
It's all
as-
perception. We
long
all
as you're
have our
happy.
perception. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We all have what makes us happy, what makes us feel good about ourselves. And that's what you need to focus on.
Yep.
That is you. So whatever you decide that's what you need to strive for and work towards.
Yep.
Right. So I think this is really great stuff. And I really hope, like, the people that are listening, I really hope that they're getting some and gaining some information and
Did you
insight
have
out on
comments?
this.
New comments?
No more comments at the moment, which is okay. And we got a little bit more time left. So I really want to, I think I want to close this out with just, being understanding about other people's situations, and
A little bit of homework.
yeah, yes. And
Mhm.
have some homework. And your
Mhm.
homework is, if you have a hard time being around other people, if you have a hard time, getting out of your house, and I want you to encourage you to get out, go find an outlet, go find something to do
Push
to
yourself
get you
to the
out.
limits, like
Push
I
yourself.
do.
Yes.
Like I said, I have such bad social anxiety, and people are just like, I would have never guessed that about you. And I'm like, I have the worst social anxiety ever.
See, I never would have guessed that from you when meeting you. So that's
I had
good.
anxiety this whole time.
Ah, but
I'm
you're
like,
doing
oh my
good.
gosh. But like, it's all mindset.
It is all
Like if
mindset.
you can just talk yourself through it and
Yeah.
just be like, hey, it's okay. Another thing that helps though is the breathing.
Oh, breathing is essential.
The-
Absolutely.
I did not know that until
Yes.
this past 2 years.
Isn't that
Oh
crazy?
my gosh, yes.
If you just take the time to take 10 like really good inhales and exhales, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling
another
angry,
thing
if you're
is-
feeling frustration, it definitely changes
Calms
your
you down.
endorphins, and it calms you and relaxes you.
It's crazy because I've been doing this certain way of it lately, because usually I'll do the breathing treatments, but I'll find something to focus on.
Yeah.
So I'll find like the light switch. I'm like, okay, just think about the light switch, take a couple breaths. And it's like, I forgot what I'm mad about.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
And
That's
it helps a lot.
meditation. That is what you're doing
Yes,
right there, is
yes.
really actually
Absolutely.
meditation,
Yep.
because you're taking your focus and you're taking it off of those
Guiding it
emotions,
towards something else.
and you're guiding it towards something else.
Whether it be a light switch or a phone. Well, I wouldn't necessarily recommend the phone, but if you're,
Yeah.
do the breathing thing, like just take a look at something and realize it's going to be okay, because
Right.
it's temporary.
And one of the things that I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start talking to the city of Burleson and the park, and maybe even Joshua too. And I want to open it up for guided meditation, free guided
Smart.
meditation.
They used to do, gosh, what was that? Me and my sister used to do it. We used to go to, it was every Saturday. They would switch off between in Sundance, what is it? Sundance Square?
I think it's Sundance Square.
in Fort Worth. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Sundance Square. Yes, I think so.
No one chastised me for that. I get out of the house, but not often enough. But so they would do yoga one week, and then the
Yeah.
next week they would do Zumba.
Right.
And we always went out there with all these random people, in the middle of that thing and just do. It was free.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was always a different instructor, somebody happy and positive and, pumping you up at 8 a.m. on a Saturday. I was like, this is great. Why do people not do this on a regular basis?
Right. And we need to.
It's
and
not
so
normalized.
No, it's not.
Crazy.
And that's why I'd like to start getting it more normalized here and start really participating in that, getting others to participate. All right. Well, so that is the end of the show. Katy, thank you so much for being here.
Bye, everybody.
I am so excited we got to have her on the show, and I hope you guys have a wow week. Get out of the house. Stay positive. We love you.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline ticket at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50%